There we go. Perfect. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so we got all of our achievements taken care of. We got all of our dust. What else could you possibly want? All right. Got water. So now we just need to climb. And we're going to climb with good old Aggro Paladin. Because aggro decks are good for climbing fast. So yeah, we are goofing around with good old Aggro Paladin. And of course we need to
I will fight with honor.
get our deck tracker. Looks great. Looks fantastic even. Okay, perfect. Yep, good old Aggro Paladin. I'm gonna see how this treats us today. Flash Sale is actually pretty good. I don't know if it's worth keeping in the mulligan. It's probably not worth keeping because it's a 4-drop and most of this deck is not 4-drops. So let's keep a 1 and a 2. Let's get a little adventurous and go Platy on 1. Beaming Sidekick does not seem like a card worth keeping. Like, it could help maybe Platy stick around, but no. At the end of your next turn, give your minions +2/+2. Okay, so this is a fairly new card. Let's see how good it is. And I will draw a Righteous Protector. Or Aggro Paladin. Get out your cards while you can. Get aggressive. And Coconut Cannoneer on 2 will hopefully take care of this temporary 1-drop. Okay. Maybe actually... yeah, let's pop this Divine Shield. And just hope that the Coconut Man deals with their 1/1. Perfect. Coconut Man already seeming busted. And they have a Solarium coming up. So let's go Platy into hopefully a 1 or 2 drop. Let's get a little Platy up in here. And you know what? I'm not too upset with that draw. And we're just gonna keep on smorking. And next turn we are probably gonna Crusader Aura. Hopefully we don't see a Hellfire here soon. Cursed Catacombs. Isn't it past my bedtime? A crisp 7:30? Well, maybe it should be with the Hellfire that I just saw. You know what? You might be onto something, David. It might very well be. Not a huge fan of how this draw is lined up, but I think this could be good. One more hit. There we go. Okay, so we could still recover. Flash Sale could still get me out of a pickle. Or do I go Busybot first? Probably Busybot first, so I can get this buff going. So maybe Busybot Hatching Ceremony. And they just have to play a 1-mana draw 3, which is historically pretty good in card games. Especially if your temporary card looks like that. They could not have gotten a better spread on that. Man, that was very, very good for my opponent. I think it's just probably one of the most pathetic flash sales you've ever seen. And let's just crash in for 3. Yeah, so I'm feeling not super confident after what Horizon's Edge did to me. And they are going to buy one, get one freeze. Okay. Again, not feeling super stellar about my chances. Maybe a maze guide. Hero power. Into, I guess, busy. And this will need to pop that divine shield. And I guess just call it a day. Unfortunately, they do have the quest reward, and that does not bode well for me. But I do have Ziliax Deluxe 3000. So we're hoping for charge and taunt. And Snow Flurry again. Three damage and freeze the neighbors. Not ideal. And Horn of Winter. Those are some above average frost spells. And a pupil. Okay. I'm gonna crash into there. And they did get a rift off. Yeah. Cool. Good way to start the old stream. That feels like a decent matchup. I feel like I may have just low rolled a little bit. A hunter opponent. Probably a fellow aggressive gamer. I'm definitely mulliganing Mother Duck. Firefly is a snap keep, I believe. And Hatching Ceremony is probably a card I just want to draw in the mid game. Let's just find our minions. We found one minion. He's a bit on the pricey side, unfortunately. But we do have Muster for Battle into Aura, which is known to win some games. Am I hero powering or a 1-2? I think I'm just hero powering and feeling really bad about it. I think that's the play. I noticed my opponent did not have a 1-drop. Oh, there we go. Okay. All caught up. And I will throw out maybe a few more 1-1s. And that's all she wrote, really. So hopefully they can only deal with, like, one of my 1-1s, so Crusader Aura can go crazy. And they have Ball of Spiders. Okay. So we will go crazy. We will deal with this 1/1, and we are just going to be shoving face with our dudes. Yeah. And then next turn is probably Flame Elemental, double Coconut. It's feeling like a Leok clear situation. Incredibly strong turn from my opponent. And it looks like their Ball of Spiders is going to be a little, oh, actually, no, they high rolled a 1-drop. That's fine. That is a-okay. So let's go double Coconut. And let's take care of this 3-1.
My hand is too full.
How's it going, Zeal? The 2 5 health cost free creatures in Discard Warlock can be replaced into Fist of Jaraxxus. Not really sure what you're talking about, Enzor, but it sounds like you're cooking something fierce. So I gotta be honest, there was a person who asked me, is Aggro Paladin good? And I think in that, when they asked me, I said Beast Hunter is probably just better. And I think, I mean, I'm not just saying because Beast Hunter just spanked me super hard, but I think Beast Hunter might be better. So if the point of my channel is to showcase the best decks, primarily on a budget, hopefully on a budget, shouldn't I just play Beast Hunter? Thoughts, opinions? In my budget decks video. Oh. I think I still have those decks open. Sure. It probably wouldn't be bad. I mean, I think Walking Dead is probably better than Fist of Jaraxxus, if I had to guess. I kind of like the minion focus on this one. Maybe Blood Treant can be Fist of Jaraxxus, but I think either way, the Discard Warlock package is probably where you want to be. I think those three, or the Blood Treant is the flex spot, not Walking Dead. The 5, okay, so you're saying it costs 5 health. Not that it has 5 health. Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's a decent suggestion. All right. So we have Aggro Demon Hunter or Beast Hunter. Let's look at Beast Hunter real quick. Let's check her out. I mean, yeah, this deck just like kind of looks cooler than just Aggro Paladin. Yeah, this is just cooler. Yeah, this is just a cooler deck. Let's go in there. Ooh, also Curse of Rafaam. Yeah, for the ice blocks. I like the Curse of Rafaam technology. The list I showcased was mostly running fast and loose against Hostage Mage, but I could see it. Could definitely see it. Another Warlock.
Clear the stage.
Let the hunt begin.
Between Wild and Standard, it just feels like you're just always playing against Warlock. And I'm not saying it's because Cursed Catacombs is a busted card that should be nerfed into the ground. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying 0 mana draw a card that also kind of tutors at the same time is not balanced. I'm not saying that at all. If you say that, you're wrong. But that card is kind of busted and unbalanced. In my opinion, you know, for what that's worth. Let's play a Jewel Macaw, huh? Might as well. Not a bad one. Not a bad one at all. There's the quest. Everyone's favorite. Jeweled Macaw again? No. We just play this for one bonus effect, call it a day. But yeah, I don't think Cursed Catacombs is long for this world as it currently is. I could see it going up to 1 mana and probably being kind of playable. But at the same time, maybe not. The next beast you play this turn costs 2 less. Or I could just develop a weapon. I don't think they're going to have a shortage of minions for me to cower in fear. And also cower in fear into Tigress plushie could be pretty neat. Do you play Battlegrounds? I have in the past. Have not played much this season. But if that's something people are interested in, you know, if people want to see me play Battlegrounds at like a mediocre level, then I mean, I might be your guy. If you're into mediocre Battlegrounds gameplay, this is your guy right here. You can see me like bumble around with like what trinkets to pick, and it could be a good time. Maybe I can do a Battleground stream and, you know, test the waters. Because as we know, I'm not sure if anybody saw the Clark Hellscream video, putting all your eggs in one basket is tough to do. Hearthstone is it's a game that fluctuates a lot. And when it's in a bad place, it's hard to justify it's hard to justify watching Hearthstone sometimes if Hearthstone's in a bad place. Maybe I should just ran out Tigress plushie, bumped, but at the same time I could just throw out another weapon. Just keep the hits coming. I'm not a BG fan, but I'd watch you play it for sure, for sure. Okay, Zeal, I hear you, I hear you. I've heard that Testament a lot, which makes me, like, really happy that, like, people are just here to vibe and have a good time. It doesn't, like, really matter what I play, and honestly, I've noticed that. Between, like, Standard and Wild, I feel like people just kind of want to watch Hearthstone. So, like, the format doesn't matter much. And I wonder if that also translates to Battlegrounds. Yeah, because I know Battlegrounds is a much more popular format than like Standard or Wild. Like, if you look at the stream numbers, it's insane how much viewers, like the top Battlegrounds players, get. But that being said, I would be very far away from the best Battlegrounds players.
Never see us coming. Never see us coming.
Okay, okay. One secretly dies when it takes damage. I hear that. Deal 3 damage to a minion. Okay. If your hero attacked this turn... Or give your hero attack 5 attack this turn. Gotcha, that could be a nice little bit of burst. So let's test the waters. Let's see... Actually, let's play... Oh, this is tough. How about we go to this one secretly? No. Cool. So we'll do this into Tigress plushie, into Tigress plushie. This one secretly dies. Okay, cool, cool, cool. And we'll crash in for a little bit more. Do I play any other games? I messed around with Balatro a little bit. I was considering streaming that for a second, and I may revisit that in the future. It feels like Balatro is kind of just a game has like a lot of staying power. Seems like people like really vibe with that game even still, which I'm kind of surprised about. Like the game's fantastic, of course, but I am very much surprised people are still messing with it today. Let's go Jungle Gym. And I'm going to do something weird. I'm not sure if this is the correct play, but I am going to trade this off. And I'm going to clean up this fella. And also play that fella. And we'll see if Jungle Gym can clean all this up. Crash in and end it with a nice little hero power. Do I play with viewers? I've been debating on it.
I'm not afraid.
I kind of like the idea of like playing against viewers. There's actually a new format coming up here soon that people are throwing a tournament for Pauper Hearthstone. So it's all commons. And that format looks pretty interesting. So I'm kind of exploring that idea to see if I want to see how the format pans out potentially. But I think it could be interesting, especially like since I favor budget decks, like highlighting something like a Pauper format could be kind of cool. So next turn I have the Queen, which can deal with the front half of this. Could be a Twist format. What is Twist? Quick question, what's Twist? The people want to know. And we will crunch into there. 8 damage up at the noggin. And it turns out this is exact lethal. Okay. Okay. Nice. Taken down Quest Warlock. Even though they drew the busted card that I was belly aching about at the beginning of the game. But that's okay. That's okay. Do I have a Discord server? Not yet. I know a lot of people have Discord servers set up. And it could be interesting, especially like, I'm like so open for like video ideas. And like, if you guys have any video ideas, like I've been mostly sticking to like gameplay videos. But I'm curious about exploring more like non-gameplay video ideas. Like I made that one video about redesigning the legendary weapons and that was a ton of fun to make. Because like we're getting into more like game design and like theory of game design, and that's pretty interesting to me. So I may revisit that kind of formula of these cards are trash, here's how I would make them better. And just like highlight some bad legendaries that I would like to see improve, like Duskfall and Aviana. That's always the legendary people dunk on. And it'd be interesting to come up with a way to make that card not just absolute dog water. So yeah, I'm gonna explore more of those kind of ideas. Those are also great when we're waiting for new sets. Ooh, a warrior. How can my aggressive deck fare against a control class? It's a good question. Remote Control is one of the best cards in the deck. Esho is the most expensive card in my deck. And I have a Workhorse. These all feel like really high impact minions. Maybe Workhorse less so. I don't know. Whenever I play Workhorse, it feels turbo busted. Let's keep Workhorse. Do I have monetization on my channel? I do. I do. I crossed the 1,000 subscriber threshold. When was it? About like 2 or 3 months ago, I think. And that was like the threshold that like took me forever to cross because like Hearthstone is not as popular as it used to be. I mean, I had like watch hours down super quickly. If you don't know, you need, I believe it's 4,000 watch hours within a year and 1,000 subscribers to be monetized on YouTube. And I hear a lot of people, they struggle mostly when it comes to monetization to watch hours. But because my videos are usually like, excuse me, you play a Barricade Basher? Fair enough. Whenever you gain armor, get +2/+2. Okay. Do I think I try to high roll and maybe get poisoned to take care of this thing. Or I could fetch and maybe get a Cower in Fear. Jeweled Macaw and a Supreme Dinomancy. Okay, I'll spend my coin and try to high roll some poison. Maybe Divine Shield. We did not high roll. We got all evasive. I'm going to keep my minions out. Especially with Supreme Dinomancy. I want to keep them out. Your loner decks did well. Your loner deck videos do well. They do. They do. And that's a good call out, Zeal. They're kind of fun to make. I know a lot of people find them very helpful. And like the videos that do really well for me are my number one, my GOAT of a video is how to make more dust and gold. That one is by far my highest performing video. And then the loner deck videos. So I should probably explore doing more of those loner deck styles of videos. RC Rampage probably is the move. But I'm going to bump in first because I want to keep a wide board for Supreme Dinomancy. Call it a day. If they have Chemical Spill into the big boy, the game is pretty much over, but there's only so much you can do about that. Okay, wait a minute, I'm cooking. We might be cooking. Get the Dinomancy going. Take 20. Sure, whatever. And yeah, so I think those styles of decks that's like, here's what to do in Hearthstone, and here's like the best decision in Hearthstone with like how to make more dust and gold and loner deck videos. it makes sense that those are the highest performing. The loner deck videos are very helpful. Yeah, so I should probably do them a little bit more. Yeah. You're right, you're right. Fine, fine. uh Yeah, but that is a good call out. I think those videos doing well is no surprise at all. And they are pretty fun to make. And I'm not sure if it's like allowed. I'm not sure if that's allowed, honestly. Okay, so Painted Canvasaur could deal with that guy. And a Shield Slam. Okay. So if I roll Poison, I win. So let's just roll Poison. Thoughts? Opinions? Ooh. Mother Duck into Poison? Let's think about this. So, Supreme Dinomancy could do it as well. Yeah, let's do Mother Duck. I know I need to, like, go into it, but I want to have more of a chance to roll Poison on these 1/1s. Naturally. That stinks. So let's bash in there. Bash in there. Oh, this is not ideal. This is definitely what we would call not ideal. And we will, I guess, buff up this guy. Can you make a video with Quest Hunter? I think I opened the quest, the Hunter quest, not too long ago. So that could be a good idea. I did get absolutely bodied by a Quest Hunter today, actually. Ooh, hold up. Hold the phone. Wait, do I do Ursol Supreme Dinomancy? Before I start cooking too much. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 25. I'll just do the safe lane play. I'll just slay my opponent now. Oh well. But could you imagine Ursol with 3 Supreme Dinomancers? How could I ever lose if I did that? Maybe some other day. Can you make a video with Quest Hunter? What is Quest Hunter? Let me... Now you got it all in my head. Quest. We got Restore the Wild. We got one bad quest. We do have the food chain. Of course, we got Galaka. We got Lion Weight. A little Lion Weight, a little worst quest / card maybe in the game. Escape the Underfell. I actually forgot I got this card. I have Escape the... Hold up. 1 second. Please hold. How far away am I from having just stock Quest Warlock? So I'm one legendary away. Okay. Okay. The 8 attack minion is 1 in 4 to give Amalgam. I really want to see the Rogue quest to BH. Alright, let's see what the highest winning Rogue deck is in the past, let's say all ranks. Let's see. Player class is Rogue. We have Fyrakk Rogue. We have just Fyrakk Rogue. Okay. How about in the past 2 weeks? And where is... Quest Rogue is hovering. The highest performing Quest Rogue deck is at a mighty 37.3% win rate. I'm probably gonna stay away from the from the Quest Rogue. Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably gonna stay away from good old Lion Weight. Alright, back to Beast Hunter. Am I British? Am I British? I don't know if I've gotten am I Canadian? I've never got am I British. I am not. I am not British. I am American. Maybe after reaching Legend, play Quest Rogue. Oh, you might be onto something. Also, shout out to you believing I'm gonna get to Legend. I mean, I do have like, how many days are in September? 30? Okay, so we're kind of in crunch time right now. Jungle Gym. Dreambound Raptor's pretty bad against the hero power. So it's hard to throw that away, right? Let's keep it. Let's just keep it. First, I need to find an actual good Quest Rogue deck. Ideally, one that has over a 40% win rate. That's what I need to find. Okay, so my opponent is debating on coining something out. They may just hero power. Maybe hero power. There you go. Nice. Successfully dealt with my 2-1. Joke's on you. We got more where that came from. Do I work in a pharmacy? I don't know if I've ever gotten... I do not. Do I have pharmacist face? I don't even know like if that could be interpreted as an insult. But I mean, I hear pharmacists are pretty well off, so I guess it's not a bad thing to look like a pharmacist. Jeweled Macaw. I'm just guessing. That's fair. That's fair. No, I'll take it. I'll take it as a compliment. 100%. I'll crash in there to start. No, I am not slinging pills in my full-time job. Sling pills by day, sling cardboard, digital cardboard by night. A living flame. So I think this is just aggro Demon Hunter. And they yet again clear up my 1-2 with their hero power. Supreme Dino Mancy. So I will... I think I'm going to prioritize... I mean, I'm taking a ton of damage with that. So let's click this button to start. And we do clear. And crunch into there. And we will hero power my opponent's face off. So they probably have a board clear this turn, the 3-mana one. I think they should delete Mutating Lifeform from the game. Yeah, I get this card so much off of Jeweled Macaw. Like, it's not terrible off of stuff like the 7-mana fill your board with Nagas. I just played that card in Big Spell Mage, and it felt pretty good whenever I got Mutated Lifeform or Mutating Lifeform. But most of the Nagas that you roll are like 1-mana minions, so having a 5-mana 3/8 is very much welcomed. Don't you click that in trade. Ooh, don't you dare. Just go face. Face. Bang. Okay, well. They are not going to fall for it. That being said, Mutating Lifeform is probably coming down next turn. So I guess I'm not too bummed to have it. And are they just going to shove face? They are just going to shove. Yeah. Let's just play that bad boy. And I will clear up that minion. Why is my avatar the Crackling Razor Maw? My favorite card. When I first started playing this game, Beast Hunter was like how I got introduced to the game. It was my pride and joy. I climbed many ranks with OG Beast Hunter with like the 2-mana 1/1 that dies and becomes a 3/2, the grandmother. Somebody knows what card I'm talking about. That card was awesome. What's not awesome is how hard my opponent is hitting me in my noggin. Jeweled Macaw again. Okay, Jeweled Macaw. Honestly, busted. Absolutely insane. That probably just wins me the game outright. Let's play a Misha, and we will show my opponent that I high rolled them into Oblivion. And do I trade into their Ziliax, or do I just shove damage? Let's see what this does. Ooh. Let's just shove damage and heal a little bit. They're going to be dealt 3 off of that. And next turn I can double Huffer. Okay. Have you thought about replacing the avatar with a cooler version? Ooh. I have thought a little bit, because a lot of people, including Zeal, which have brought up these headphones, and they've shown up in a few videos, and I kind of like the idea of, I mean, maybe a drawing of myself. Let's not to get too far ahead of myself. But I think that could be a cool, turn these goofy little headphones into a mainstay of the channel. So my opponent is going to Hot Coals, which is scary. And they are going to fling damage at my head. And they are going to, I imagine, shove a bit of damage at my... Okay. Well, unlucky for them, it is just, in fact, always Huffer. Yeah. Beast Hunter seems insane. It seems absolutely cracked. So, if you're looking for an aggressive deck, I think this is probably the aggressive deck you should be jamming. Have a good one, Enzor. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate ya. Alright, let's hop back in. Get some more wins under our belt. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Appreciate it. Hopefully everybody's having a at least halfway decent Sunday night. Death Knight. I always feel like I'm playing this deck so wrong. Maybe I'm not making the most of my early game. Yeah, I think the whole point of this deck is just try your best to stick an early board, and hopefully going into turn 5 you can Supreme Dinomancy or Patchwork Pals into Leok. That's the ideal. And hopefully with some Supreme Dinomancies you can go tall enough to beat like slower control archetypes like Death Knight. So let's throw back the Workhorse. Actually, Workhorse is pretty good against Death Knight because they do not struggle to kill my stuff. So maybe having a stickier minion against Death Knight, maybe even 2 of them, could be the move. This is definitely a slower Death Knight with Ysera showing up. But yeah, like if you stumble in the early game with this deck, or most aggressive decks for that matter, it does feel like the late game is just like doesn't line up well for you. Scarab Keychain. Okay. So Scarab Keychain will, fantastic top deck by the way, will likely play a 2-drop for me to cower in fear. Okay. Just realized I got good old Krog. So let's cower and fear this bad boy and just get out the Workhorse, just get that flowing. So this will allow me to develop that sticky board that I was talking about. What's my opponent got for me? They're thinking long and hard about this mystery card. Citadel. The good old Citadel. So I'm just gonna, you know, take this opportunity to smack my opponent right in their noggin. Do I have any application for Krog? I'm also prone through crashing out and hitting the bottom right. It is bright red. It is a nice button to select. Definitely get that. This game is very easy to get a little upset about. especially like when you're trying to like climb a little bit. But over the years, I've just I used to take this game a lot more seriously, but now the game has gotten more and more silly, and it's like I might as well just try to vibe and hang out and just have a good time with the game. Take control. Okay. Take control. How's it going, Evil? And good morning. You are on the clear other side of the world than me. RC Rampage is not a bad pickup. So let's go Catch of the Day and give it a bonus effect. Taunt. Okay. You're from the Middle East. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Well, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. 6 damage at their head? Or do I clear their 4/5? I think I'll clear their 4/5 because they have that steel card. And I just don't want to give them anything to like use against me. They have the amulet in their hand. Them taking a workhorse and popping the death rattle is definitely not what I'm into. And they're going to use it on that guy. Gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha. And they also have that guy. Maybe it's just a Raptor. Get out some 1/1s. And I'll take this opportunity to amulet and clear their 4/1. I'm one step further. I don't concede. I just quit the game in the bottom right. I feel like that's most of my opponents. Well, I might be pulling a Zeal here very soon and finding myself in that bottom right. Yeah, it's been real. Tough matchup. Hand was looking particularly bad. I think also just like this is definitely not optimal for win rate. Don't let conceding be called the Zeal angle. That ship has already sailed. We're making merch tomorrow. But I think a big point of like keeping your sanity in check is just like conceding the 90%er. Like it's definitely not optimal for like making your win rate as good as possible, but like if you're just trying to keep your mental sanity, hitting that concede button's kind of cathartic. There's probably some psychological meaning, like you're taking the game in your own hands kind of vibe, but at least that's how I look at it. You wouldn't be against some Death Knight slop. I did see a relatively cheap control Death Knight deck that I could be into. Again, I'm going to keep Workhorse. I'm not really sure how I feel about this Shepherd's Hook. Or Crook, rather. I mean, it is just like 3 mana deal 6. Sure, let's keep it. It's just like occurring to me like how many weapons this deck runs. 4 weapons is pretty aggressive. I almost feel like you only want like one of these. Thoughts and opinions of turn 1 Dream Raptor. Just gonna eat this hero power real quick. There it is. Getting smacked down. And I will most certainly be boxing into that 2-3 with this here coined out weapon. Some of the best art in the game. I wish I was as peaceful as this sheep. Speaking of a guy that's not that peaceful. Workhorse into Cinder is not really what I'm into, so I might be boxing in there. Because I don't want my ponies to get decimated by this one death rattle. Yeah, this game is turning into a bit of a slogfest. Let me see if I can find that cheap Death Knight deck. It actually looks really cool. So Death Knight, sort by cheapest deck. That's a 0-3. And now I have a lot of minions out. Ooh. That is actually fantastic. And then we play Catch of the Day. Now we'll have Lifesteal. Perfect. And my other minions will have Lifesteal as well. Okay, okay. So let's get out of harm's way real quick. And just crunch in for a little bit of damage and go all the way up to 22. Not bad. Some are calling it a high roll. I'm inclined to call it maybe a skill diff. At least I think that's what the kids say. So if they hero power smack into my 4-2, they're... Oh no, they don't even need a hero power because of Spirit of the Team. So they definitely have AoE right now that they're gonna blast off because my board looks terrifying. Like they need to play around Supreme Dinomancy. If they don't play around Supreme Dinomancy, I mean, I guess good on them, but it is the correct thing to do. And then they're going to play... Oh, Thalnos is a perfect top deck for him. Okay, that was... Can't really draw it up better than that. Cower in Fear. And I cannot draw up much better than that. So we'll throw that out there, play my Workhorse, and I will clear their Thalnos most likely. Cool. So what am I hoping for? I'm hoping for Patchwork Pals or a Fetch would be perfect. Esho wouldn't be bad either. Esho would be amazing. So Esho, Patchwork Pals, or Fetch. Yeah. My opponent is taking a little bit more damage. And then Hot Coals again. Double Hot Coals definitely showing me what's up. Let's do a bit of a Fetch. And a Dinomancy. Yeah, might as well throw it out. Take care of their 2-1. Just keep the hits coming. So they still need to prioritize clearing my board because now I do have Dinomancy and they likely know I have it. Fetch has a pretty good chance of drawing. I mean, honestly, Fetch could also draw Cower and Fear, Pals, or RC Rampage. So I guess if they're very intimate and they know the ins and outs of Beast Hunter, then maybe they could say I most likely don't have Dinomancy.
My wool itches for war.
Okay. And also Battle Friend
Relax your mind.
and Brain Masseuse. Okay. They're going face. Absolute madness. And they're not trading with that. They are off their rocker. Let's get Wind Fury on one of these. No such luck. Let's also get this going. And we will deal 4 into here. And should I just get them down to 1? I should probably prioritize taking care of that one. Yeah, that feels responsible. That guy can get out of hand pretty quickly.
Hide behind yourself.
There's Kane.
Still find it.
Good old Kane. And it looks like I am going to get another win against the premier aggressive deck.
I yield for now.
They're yielding for now. Perfect. Beast Hunter still showing its supremacy over the other aggressive decks. And we're churning through diamond ranks. Oh, 1 second. That hand, or not hand buff. I mean, hand buff's also a deck I'm kind of interested in. But just control Death Knight does not look like you can make it for very cheap. Unfortunately.
Rexar versus.
It has been a while since I've played against a Warlock.
The time is now.
It's been too long even.
The hunt
Let's queue back up. Let's go back to our safe place and play against a Warlock. Mother Duck, definitely don't need that one. Shepherd's Crook was actually kind of insane last game. I'm starting to be a believer in the Crook. And I think Patchwork Pals has some of the highest win percentage on played. But it's hard to justify keeping it when my early game looks so suspect. I'll keep Crook. I'm not sure if it's a keepable card, but I'm very impressed by it. Not so impressed by you, Jeweled Macaw, but maybe you'll blow me away this game. I take back everything. There's my favorite card ever made, Cursed Catacombs.
Won't be long now.
Oh, it's Egg Warlock. This matchup seems bad. Do I just throw this out? I think so. Like, it's just a 2-mana 3/2. Like, I could try to greed it out and get like a full board of effects, but I run 2 in my actual deck, so no need to be too greedy with it. Okay, we're seeing the Corpsicle come out. And I will, I think, just get the Crook going. And I will prioritize just boxing in their head. I have a feeling their 1/1 is going to go into my 1/1 because I should definitely be the aggressive deck in this matchup. Are they going to play the Egg? It is called Egg Warlock, so I imagine they're going to. There's the Egg. I could RC Rampage and make them have Hellfire.
I hunt alone.
Let's make them have it. If they don't have it, the game's over. If they do have it, I needed to get it out of their hand eventually. The fact that they're not just ripping it right now makes me feel semi-confident. Okay, that bodes well for me. Supreme Dinomancy off the top. Never lucky. Ancient Raptor and more Rampaging. I wish this buffed my current robots, but it unfortunately does not. And I'm just going to Hero Power. Shove a little bit of damage. And that's all she wrote. So I at least have 5 damage in hand. 7 if you count my Hero Power. And they are going to Eternal Layover. And does Eternal Layover return this dormant? It does. Bit of a bummer. So still have not seen Hellfire. Let's play a Misha, actually. So Misha into RC Rampage will give me just a squad of 3/3s. Just forever wanting them to not have Hellfire. Do you have it? Okay, they're looking for it, that's for sure. Interesting that they prioritize... Oh, no, that is the one that's the most cracked. Okay. Okay, still looking for that Hellfire. Any signs of Hellfire? So they need Hellfire and Consume, ideally, for them. Table Flip, that'll also do. Table Flip, and then they are going to their end of turn, which bodes very well for me. So let's get everybody's friend, Huffer, and Misha will get the final blow. Nice. That matchup seems like it could be kind of dicey, because they're just like mono removal control deck, and I'm a mono, don't want to get removed aggressive deck. Ooh, we are knocking on the door of rank 5. 5-1 with this deck. Very impressed by it. Aggressive decks are good. That's what we keep learning over and over again.
Rexxar versus Illidan.
Alright, Demon Hunter.
The Legion's
Let's
rage pales before
let's just
mine.
keep playing against the Demon Hunter class.
Begin.
So I've played 6 games so far. This is my 7th game, and this is my 3rd Demon Hunter. So almost half of the matches today have been against Demon Hunter. Demon Hunters and Warlocks. That's what we got to play against. Ooh. And Dreambound Raptor. End the turn. Did I play the 2-class brawl? I had a Paladin Warrior deck that did Replicating Spores, Ursol, Dwarf Planet, Crusader Aura. Holy smokes. That's a brew. The deck that I played, unfortunately the most, was Imbue, Druid, and Mage. I was a filthy tryhard in that brawl. That deck was unfair. And I think a lot of people speculated that 2-class Tavern Brawl was going to eventually become a Tavern Brawl. And I think that might still be the case. But they definitely need to ban the guy that imbues your hero power whenever you cast 2 spells, the Druid Legendary. Definitely do not recommend that brawl being a thing with that card still looking like that. And my opponent is going to crash in for just a tad bit of damage. But yeah, if they ever bring Twist back, it's gonna be because of that format. And I think everybody kind of wants it. And we'll crash into that guy. And we will call it a day. But yeah, I think everybody wants the dual class Tavern Brawl to actually be a Twist season. And I'm sure Blizzard has data on like what did well during that Tavern Brawl. Ooh, my opponent is an aggressive gamer. Cool. So my RC Rampage is gonna go a little crazy. Yeah, I'm just gonna go really tall. Yeah, with some 5/5s. Cool. So we'll crash into there, crash into there, swing 2 at their head, call it a day. So the reason I was prioritized making these guys really big is because they have hot coals. And if you have things that are above 4 power, you can take care of them pretty easily. And they are just going to keep going face, surprisingly. Okay. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 23. So I do think I need Lifesteal or Taunt. Wouldn't be bad. Platy? No. Wind Fury. So that's 20. Do I just have lethal? I think this is... I'm the best. Just the best gamer you've ever seen in your life. A skilled gamer always rolls Wind Fury on those two guys. I saw it from the beginning. You saw me say the RC Rampage should go tall. I meant to continue saying because they always get Wind Fury. Obviously. Rank 5 off with the bonus. Or rank 4? Perfection. Absolute perfection. Ooh, one more win away from completing that quest. Let's do it. Let's do it. Might as well. And probably one win away from... probably calling it a stream. I know it's kind of a shorter stream, but... for those that saw the Big Spell Mage video today, I recorded, edited, and posted that today.
Rexxar versus Uther.
So Paladin will likely be our last opponent.
Let the hunt
It'd be very fitting if this was aggro Paladin, because that's what I started the stream with, and I quickly got off of it because this deck just seems so much better. Do I keep Dinomancy? No shot. There's no way I keep that. Yeah, this seems like a much more responsible keep. We're diving. We're diving into the depths. Let's just get it going. Let's coin it out. Why mess around? So next turn, probably smack into whatever Murloc they play and Jungle Gym. Hopefully they play the 2-mana 2-1 with a 1-1. Submerged map found a 1-drop. My opponent is officially cheating. You hate to see it. Jeweled Macaw will be a great play for next turn. And Jungle Gym always deals with their 1-1. Perfection. And we are setting up for a very nice RC Rampage for turn 4. Good old Mermy has blessed my screen. And a 2-2. Ooh, Workhorse. Or a Jeweled Macaw plus Ancient Raptor. I think it's just Raptor for some plants. Probably should have played Jeweled Macaw first just to see what I got off of it. Okay. Staggered Eye, this is the first time I've ever seen this card in my life. I am going to just prioritize hitting them in their noggin, because I think that they are going to take the role of control player in this matchup. Definitely with that, they are going to play a little bit of control. Taking care of my dudes. And RC Rampage, they did correctly take care of my little robot guys. Now the question is, do I trade off one of these to make more room for little robot guys? And I think the answer is yes. So I can make them into tutus and also make more room for Jungle Gym. Yeah, that seems responsible. So we have a full board of little robot dogs. Crack open my location and dish for a little bit of damage. So of course we are hoping for Supreme Dinomancy or Patchwork Pals. Cup of Muscle. Okay. Cup of Muscle into Gnawing Green Fin. Into a 3/4. Okay, okay. Into a Adaptive. Shepherd's Crook. I think I'm just playing the Workhorse and hero powering and just completely ignoring what they're doing. They don't have much in the way of healing. So a Shepherd's Crook and a hero power should be enough to clean them up next turn if I have anything remaining. Plucky, okay. And I don't believe... Ooh, a little interesting order from my opponent to give me an additional pony there. But I don't think it ultimately mattered. Because I would have these two, this one, and this pony. So that's plenty to clean up my Quest Paladin opponent. Cool. Insane string of games. Played 8 games, and my record is 7-1. So an immaculate 88% win rate with Beast Hunter, and we're closing out quests. Amazing. Cool. So we complete 9 different expansion rewards tracks. What do I have, a life or something? And it's time to pick I don't have any Hunter skin from this yet. Hunter, my boy, welcome. We got Giant Stalker Rexar skin. Easy clap, Diamond 4, that's what we're talking about. What kind of commons did I get? Cool. I am doing a bit in reverse order. So the reason I haven't picked Hunter yet is because, let me look at the stats. How do I look at my stats again? The journal, right? Oh yeah. Well, I mean, let's just bask in the... So yeah, I have played a bit of Battlegrounds. I mean, I've definitely played more Battlegrounds than I have Arena. So I'm definitely more likely to play Battlegrounds in the future than Arena. And I'm not sure what this mode is called. Mercenaries? No idea what that is. I think this is a glitch in the system. Damn, you and I have the same twist rank. Am I a god gamer too? Holy smokes. I think this is like top 10%. I think this is what it means, right? In twist, this means I'm in like the top 10. Like, I think legend in the other ranks looks like this, but I think this is what twist legend rank looks like. So I think me and you are rank 10 legend. Top 10 chickens. Yeah, exactly. They call it chickens instead in Twist, not Legends. So yeah, me and you are the same zeal, and I think most people in my chat are God gamers. So I wouldn't be surprised if we had some other top 10 chickens. But here is my wins for all the classes. As you can see, I am a warrior hater. Like 100%, this is the class I have the least amount of wins in. Actually, of the original 9 classes, is this the only class I don't have 500 wins in? It is. Oh, Paladin too. Which is weird because I actually have played a lot of Paladin recently. But Hunter is by far my most played class. Death Knight, love Death Knight, but he's the newest, so he's the lowest. Demon Hunter. I should get these guys to 500 wins. Yeah. Any budget decks that I would recommend in Standard? Maskin. You have come just right on time. I just played 8 games with Beast Hunter. This is the deck I would recommend. If you are looking for a budget deck, I know there's some epics. RC Rampage, Supreme Dinomancer. They're pretty pricey, but I think this is the deck for you. Is Esho is this a free legendary? Yeah. So the only legendary it has is a free legendary. That's fantastic. And it has 4 epics, right? Just 4? Oh, 5 epics. Ancient Raptor is probably replaceable. Not really sure what you would replace it with. Let's figure it out. Beasts that I would replace Ancient Raptor with. Ooh, okay, maybe a 1-drop. Maybe like a spell of some sort? Can I hear a spell? Tracking? No, tracking's not aggressive enough. Wound Prey could be a good replacement, actually. Wound Prey for a Ancient Raptor. I don't hate that suggestion. Maybe a Quick Shot. Just anything aggressive that doesn't mess with Esho. But if you do have Ancient Raptor, probably Ancient Raptor. So 5 epics, 1 free legendary, and the rest is just commons and rares. So this will be a video coming up soon. Gonna make a wrap up deck introduction. You know the whole deal. If you're subscribed, you've seen it. You've seen how I do it. A little deck introduction into games that I only win to show that I'm a god gamer. That's the formula. But then you tune into the streams and you see me get bodied and then the illusion is all ruined. That's the fruit formula. That's why you're all here. It's a beautiful system. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck. Huge fan of the deck. Again, 8 games with it, 7-1. Incredibly small sample size, but I think that this is the deck that I would recommend. Kind of a short stream today. I do appreciate everybody coming out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, would really appreciate if you do subscribe. It would help out the channel a lot. I know I say that at the beginning of every video, but those subscriptions do go an incredibly long way. I'm not sure if liking the stream does anything, but you know, might as well throw a like in there. And also, I'm not sure what these heart reacts are, but I'll heart react to my own stream. Is that a bit too try hard? Maybe. But I'll freaking hit the freaking like button. I just subscribed. Let's go. Begging for subscribers does work. You heard it here first, YouTube gurus. It is the best thing you can do. And I'm seeing the hearts just fly up. Again, I don't know what the hearts do, but it helps my ego, so I love seeing them. And that's a pack. That's a pack. but I love budget videos. Well, there's more where that came from. I am going to do. I love budget videos as well. Budget decks are my bread and butter. Since I'm free to play in Hearthstone, yes. And that reminds me, I'm not sure many people are new to Hearthstone these days, but somebody brought up that they really like the loner deck videos I do. So I'm going to take a gander at what loner decks look like here recently. Might do a little rank video. Those videos typically do pretty well and get more people introduced to like budget Hearthstone. So that's probably coming up in the near future. I know a new set is dropping here soon. So they're probably going to be another round of budget or loner decks. So all that to say, that's an inside sneak peek. So first video that you're going to see, Beast Hunter that I just played. Then probably a loner deck video. And then maybe like a greater commentary on Hearthstone video. Not sure. We'll see where that goes. But that's the general outline. But anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. It's been a ton of fun. Yeah, gonna try to stream more and post videos semi-consistently. Anyway, WVids, I appreciate it. I'm glad you guys enjoy them. Really appreciate it. 07 to you as well. Have a good one.